So since you're on Glock, and I don't know how long I'll have you, let me just throw the bottom question at you first, and get some thoughts from you. And for those of you guys that are in the channel right now, and if you guys do not know who Glock9 is, he is a Twitch streamer. He was a Realm partner back in the day. He's a very.
I still am.
He still is. Excuse me. Didn't know they were doing that. Didn't know they.
I was never thrown out of the Discord.
They did throw it despite some.
I know. I'm
despite some words, he was never tossed out.
I've converted my Asian wife.
Despite saying some very harsh critical criticism of Realm,
somebody report
he's
this
still a partner. And so Glock is also a very highly skilled player at this game. And then we also have KreiZ in here.
Real team.
KreiZ is in here, and these guys are playing while they're on the show. That's great. KreiZ's in here. I've met KreiZ recently in the last couple of months. She runs Omni Esports.
Gizmo's not invisible. Let's go.
She's a super good player. She just switched from controller over to console recently and has been just fucking destroying people. Mage main. And then there is, of course, Shiz. And if you guys that are here today from the Realm Discord don't know who Shiz is, then you're just not paying attention. I don't even need to introduce Shiz. Shiz was pretty much the lone sole moderator in the official Realm Royale Discord for about the last 3 months.
But man, that man is fucking
So,
amazing. It gets on my every nerve, but that is my bestie forever.
wow. So Glock, let's start here, man. Why should we trust this dev team that's working on this new reforged version of Realm Royale? Take us away.
We shouldn't. It's a debate. Don't buy into it, guys. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, where's the mute button for Glock? Hold on.
I told them in the waiting room I was going to do that, so they were aware that's a joke.
So good.
So let me answer something you said before I came in here.
Yes.
No, I'm not under NDA because I'm
okay.
not technically working with the team or anything. I do know more than I should, but I can't say anything. But to answer your question, the reason you should trust the dev team that's working on it is because all the people that are on the dev team, I think I made it very clear. It's not just Thor. There's 9 people on there, and all 9 people are very passionate about it, and they understand the mistakes that was made, by the former team. And a lot of what they're doing is community feedback based rather than we know more than you. They're taking feedback very seriously, before just trying to push things out there that we don't want, just such as taking away classes, armor. No one ever wanted to take it away, and they just did it, and that was a huge mistake.
Right. And Glock, let's be completely transparent, you and me. Like I even came into your stream like 4 or 5 months ago when this all first kind of broke wind, and I don't know how much you even knew then, but you were like, "Yeah, dude, not interested, bro. Nah, don't really care about it." You were kind of like, "I don't think so, bro. We'll see what happens." You were very skeptical. At least that's what. Okay. So
when you were asking me that stuff, and I was remaining skeptical, is one of the things that I hate that content creators do is give out false hope. And there were a lot of content creators who kept pushing stuff out there saying a patch is coming next month, and it's just it's they didn't know that, and I don't agree with putting things out there you don't know. But the thing is, I already did that one time. I made that mistake when I was a game tester for Rogue Company, and I was getting excited about Rogue Company, and I didn't want them to drop it when they did, and when it came out, it blew. And I looked like a huge moron.
I remember that.
So I was very upset when they dropped Rogue Company way too early. And then everyone hated it pretty much. And I'm like, no, guys, it's going to be good. Trust me. And so I was like, this time around, even though I knew they were working on it, it was like, I'm not going to sit here and try and tell everybody, dude, it's coming, soon, trademark soon, which is what they always say.
Right.
And then be like, hey, it's been 3 months. What happened to soon? You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
I sensed what you're saying. Then you're saying basically, hey man, like I don't want to talk about it. It's basically a nice way.
I have an open mind about it, but I continue to say I wouldn't play. Ask me when I was once in a while. Will I play regularly again? Like not without an update. Like,
I am back.
Right now, it's like they're a little fuller because of the PTS, but a couple of months ago when you go in there and you drop like 17, 18 kills and you go look at Realm Track and there's 5 real players in there, it's like, You know, I can't get you guys to play this game.
It's frustrating for sure. Hey, KreiZ, are you there?
Si, senor.
KreiZ, why should we trust the dev team?
They're absolutely community based this time, just like what Glock said. And they want a healthy balance. They're not just gonna say, "Hey, old Realm, we had 100,000K tournaments. That was where it's at. Let's just revert to how the first season was." You know, they did a healthy balance of what people like, and they were trying, from what I can tell, they were really trying to be between the casual and the pro players and find a healthy balance between the two. Really listening to the community. And Thor. We love Thor.
I love Thor.
We love Thor. There's definitely no doubt about that. Shiz, I don't think we need to ask you that question unless you want to throw your 2 cents in on this.
Yeah, I mean, I can kind of piggyback off what they're saying. I mean, Thor being at the head of it really speaks to why you should trust him, because Thor plays this game. He's got thousands of games. He knows what's wrong with it, right? And he's just another player in that sense and knows what the bugs are and knows what needs balance. So if a player, if we're players and he's a player and he knows what's bugged, we know what's bugged, he's going to know what to fix and what we want.
All right. Real quick, hey, Poko, thanks for the gifted for Glock, and thanks for the gifted for Slicky Nicky. Sorry, thanks for doing that. You reminded me that I didn't have any alerts on this new page I just built today in my stream elements. You know, let me say this, and this certainly, Glock, you've known me for a long time, you know, longer than both Shiz and KreiZ, for sure. You know, I think for me, just in more of a realistic sense, you know, one of the things that was, you know, that was really important to me was, I'm like, wait, this is a guy who's a streamer. Like, he's living his life. I don't know what other side projects he's doing, but this guy basically just told us he's dropping everything and he's going to go do this thing. And so that kind of like a commitment from a real human being just changing their life or making a decision to change their life, really without ever having to see anything else at that point in time, told me that unless this guy Thor's just not very intelligent, this sounds like this is going to go down, you know? And obviously, not having been around this community for the first couple of years like the rest of you, I didn't know what armor was. I didn't know how the game operated then. I didn't know anything about the engineer. So when I would hear you guys talking about this is what needs to come back to this and this needs to change back to that, and, you know, and if that happens, then, you know, we'll all come back and play again. And then as the months went on, there's all these players showing up. I'm like, who's this guy? Who's this guy? You're like, oh, that's an old guy. Oh, that's a 100,000 tournament guy. And like, I just kept seeing player after player after player that you guys said literally died and disappeared for the longest time. They just all started showing up and playing in General's queues and Nikki's queues. And I was like, okay, something's going on here. And I even made a video. I was like, I don't know about you guys, man, but people don't just show up and start playing for no reason at all. Something has to be going on here. And then that's when my mind started thinking, you know, because, and if people don't know, it's like, you know, that's when I started thinking to myself, okay, there's obviously a group of people that know what the hell's happening here. I'm not one of them, but there's obviously a group, you know, that's being talked to, asked questions to, who knows. I sensed really early on that Giant was one of those people because he just like made this beautiful list of like everything that he thought would make the game great again. And then he just started like not ever talking about Realm anymore, just playing it. And I was like, that's kind of weird. In fact, it was kind of like when Thor was sitting there talking about grapple hooks and shamans, and then like we didn't hear from him for a month. He never said another word about Realm for like a month, and then, oh, by the way, I got hired. It was like, okay.
That's pretty much what happened when he was on my podcast. Pretty much what we were talking about.
Right.
Literally was in the PTS.
Right. No, it's completely amazing. Yeah, I've tried to, you know, pride myself in being the guy that like is the seer of reality based on kind of like deduction, right? Like, well, the guy said grapple hook 300 times in the last 2 months. Wonder if we'll get a grapple hook. You know, like he said shaman about 150 times. I don't know. There might be a shaman coming, you guys. It's just a guess, of course. I don't know, but you know, KreiZ, tell me what you think about, like, or any one of you guys take this one. So in the Discord, all those conspiracy theories that go on in this Discord. I don't want you to say what the conspiracy theories are, but is anybody on the money with any of them? Is anybody close? Does anybody have any, like, is anybody reading any of this insanity that goes on in this Discord daily? And has anybody guessed correctly on anything at this point?
In which Discord, the Realm Royale one?
Yeah.
I've seen a couple that are on the money. There are some outlandish ones, but there are some that are on the money.
Okay, and so that's where I wanted to go with this. Like, if you've seen one, I would love to know, what do you think is the most insane conspiracy theory that you've seen in the Realm Royale Discord at this point?
God,
just the most crazy one. But all of you, I want to hear your answer on this one. And thanks for the Poko. Thanks for the gifted to Shiz. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, I mean, people that want the game to go to Unreal Engine 5 on the very first update, like that's the most outlandish one.
Oh, so I actually have information on that one. So it runs on Unreal Engine 3.
Yes.
People don't understand. With 9 people on the dev team, asking for map changes is already too much because you have to outsource a lot of that stuff. So that's something that can come later. And Unreal Engine 5, you're talking about a couple multi-million-dollar thing to switch over to an entire new system and change everything. Like that's probably, I think Shiz is on the money on that one. That's like way too far out there.
Okay, that's interesting.
Go
ahead.
Well, when you see so many crazy, like when enough people guess at something, right? Eventually, someone could be right. So,
right,
definitely possible.
Right. Okay. Interesting.
Well, I think what I want people. And when I was reading all the PTS feedback, I was scrolling through, seeing what people want. I think a lot of people saw. I mean, are you guys shocked at how many changes there were just in the first PTS? Like there was quite a bit changed in such a short period of time, and then people are already asking for a huge amount of stuff that should be in the very first release, and I'm like, you can't throw that all into one release. Like, my God, like, chill, baby steps.
Yeah, you know, my video that I just put out, you know, pretty much said, guys, can we just stick to feedback right now? Like, that's all they really need from us. They don't need any more ideas. They've got plenty. Like, let's be excited about how much they gave us is exactly what you just said. And, you know, let's give them an opportunity to dial it in and give us hopefully next weekend another opportunity to go wreck the servers again, you know? One of the things that I did think, and I was going to ask you, Shiz, how you felt about this, because obviously you were in the middle of it all yesterday. How painful was it to just continually just watch everyone crash yesterday and just wonder to yourself, gosh, how much longer should we continue this?
I mean, yeah, there was definitely, I don't think anyone expected there to be that. It's a public test server, right? So like a lot of people were upset that they're crashing, but like that's what this is for. It's unfortunate that it's happening to this person. Like, you know, I say you as in a general sense, like whoever it's happening to, like it really sucks, but like this is a test server, so like you have to expect those things to happen. But a lot more happened than I think anyone could have expected.
Yeah, I know when I hopped on last night, I want to say that I played probably 5 games, and I don't think I finished one of them. I think I got, at some point, yanked out of every game.
It's weird because I crashed maybe 3 times the entire weekend.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Can you turn him up or make him louder at all? He's a bit quiet. Yeah, let me turn up Shiz. Shiz is a very soft-spoken guy.
Sorry, it's a bit late.
He's trying to talk quiet. By the way, if anybody that's in chat that's watching, if you guys, anyone who wants to jump in the waiting room, once we have somebody depart, like if Glock needs to go, you know, do his thing, or I know KreiZ's up really late on the East Coast right now. Thank you so much for coming in just to hang and chill. If she needs to go, you know, I would love to have more people come in, fill in, and try to talk about kind of these 3 concepts. So you all kind of hit the first question then, you know, I wanted to do this tonight. You know, the main reason is because, you know, this is the same reason I didn't make some sort of a like, hey, the PTS is back and let me tell you all about it video. Because really, I wasn't involved like people like Shiz and some others that got a chance to play the server before, you know, it became available to us. So I kind of wanted to just stick to my lane and say, hey, here's the timeline and now here's where we're at, you know? And really, I wanted to do this because it's like, hey, I do want to create some content if I can around people that know a little bit more about me. And obviously Glock, I mean, sheesh, you've been there from the beginning. I know that KreiZ, you've been there from the beginning. And Shiz, I also assume that you've also been there since Alpha as well, right? All three of you.
Yeah, man.
So, what's one thing that you were hoping for to be in the PTS this weekend that didn't show up and you were kind of disappointed? Like, hey, that would have been easy. Why didn't they do that? You know, is there anything that you were surprised wasn't there at this point?
We'll let them go first.
What do you think, Glock?
Personally, that specific question, I don't have anything that was like, oh my gosh, why isn't this in here? I think like I said, I think they put more in there than I expected to be in the first PTS. But there are a couple things that, you know, I think the main thing that people are talking about, and my favorite part is a lot of people talking about it, never even played with it, was the engineer.
I've never played it before.
Yeah, and everyone's like, oh, it'd be so much easier just to add him back. And it's like, no. If you guys didn't play with him, you don't understand how broken that guy was. Yeah, sure, you had the character skins. Sure, like people have noticed that the hammer is missing from the warrior, so a hammer would seem like it's going to go to the engineer, right? He's an engineer, he might have a hammer. But, you know, it's like, but you got to understand that you need movement abilities, you need other combat abilities for him. It's like, it really wasn't a big thing you needed for the PTS. But other than that, there wasn't anything that was like, oh, why isn't that in there? You know, I think they put a lot of stuff in it to be.
Because you could probably tell us a bunch of stuff, but Shiz told me in Discord today earlier that there was maybe some things he could talk about tonight that he won't get in trouble for. Is that still the case, Shiz? Is there a couple things you can, couple of spoilers you can throw out or something like that for us that you won't get in any trouble for?
Yeah, no, I'll tell you, I tried, but I got denied, so.
Wait, where's the sound effects at? Oh, well, good thing we didn't tease that one in all the tweets all day long. That would have been a disaster. GG's. For those of you that don't know, though, obviously, most of you probably are aware that Shiz is obviously under an NDA. Whether he says that or he's allowed to say that, I'm gonna guess that he is because he's running the freaking Discord. But here's one fun thing we can talk about, Shiz. It dawned on me about 5 minutes on Friday into all the puzzle pieces getting revealed that you had the picture for quite some time. Did you not?
I did, yeah.
So I'm like telling everyone, I'm like, dude, you guys realize that Shiz has just been having to bite his tongue for like probably months, like 2 months. The poor guy.
I specifically I loved seeing what everyone had to say because, you know, when something not everyone knows and you know and seeing all the guesses, it's really cool to see.
Well, dude, what was kind of funny, and you probably thought twice about it afterwards, right? Is you started putting the picture puzzle up like 44 was, and yours just looked so clean and perfect, and we were all like, that's odd.
Yeah.
Why is Shiz puzzle so good?
At the time, of course, I thought 44 was doing a really good job. But because the way that Thor had set the puzzle up, there was a bit missing, right? So if you try to put it together without the lines, it doesn't quite match up, right? So I just wanted to put an image out there that looked really good in case someone wanted to post it to a Reddit or a Discord or a Twitter.
Right. All right, listen. I'm going to bring in a very controversial person to talk right now, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, Poko. Poko, what's up, baby? Are you muted because you're muted, or are you muted because I muted you? Oh.
He left.
He left. He doesn't want to be in. Poko. What the?
Yo.
Do we need to give you a roll or something, maybe? Is that what I need to do?
He's good.
All right, good. Poko, hello. How are you, sir?
Better now.
Better now?
What's up, man?
Poko, do you have a question for anybody tonight before they got to go? Do you have a question you want to ask to anyone? A serious question?
Yeah, just one question.
Okay.
How dare you? I'm just kidding.
How?
What did I do? I thought that was directed right at me.
Yeah.
No,
Glock
man,
assumes you're talking to him right off the bat.
Just mad respect for what you guys bring to the table. I know Glock has been doing this since day one. I don't know if he's still in here. Yeah, and Shiz, like, keeping the community together. Smarmy, what you and fucking Adam did with the DTF, and like just getting people, like just trying to get that competitive side back up and running, man. And KreiZ just being the sugar mom behind all of the operations.
I think I see a name change in your future, KreiZ.
It's just all respect, man. I mean, I'm part of the realm. I play on controller. I play in my living room and I drink beer when I play. But
Controller gang.
There's a lot of us that work a 9 to 5 and we just fucking, we get on Realm after a long day. So I'm here
Do
for
you
that
play
community.
on console or computer with a controller?
I play in console.
Okay, so you didn't get
Whoa.
to try out the PTS?
He did not.
But I got involved in a lot of the streams. I watched it. I saw Baggins get involved a little bit. So
Yeah, really quickly, I kind of, like a few people have talked about before, like I kind of ventured away from this community. And then when I heard the news, kind of in December that they might be putting it back together, I just out of a kind of a whim just said, man, I'm just going to try and go back and get to know the community again. And a couple of the first people that I rolled up on were Poko, KreiZ, Total Pro, Nikki. And I just started spending a lot of time hanging out in those communities, not for any other reason than just to get to know the communities and get to know the names of the people that were watching and playing with them. And Poko, man, he's been grinding for at least these last 7 months, since I started paying more attention and playing the game again. A lot of respect for you, man. And if you guys don't know Poko, by the way, hey, Shiny, are you still in there? If you could shout out Poko. I don't know if the shout out will show up in this frame that I've built, but you guys should go check out Poko. And listen, if you catch him on like a Friday night, man, late, with some brews in him, some drinks in him, he raps.
That was such a good game, though.
He raps, and it's pretty fucking lit, dude. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty lit.
Yeah, he's way better than me. I would take requests.
I don't take requests.
There goes my
I was
next
hitting
question.
snipes though.
Okay.
I wasn't hitting other shots. Cool.
I was going to ask for a personalized freestyle for my sub alert.
Right at the end, that
Anyways.
cost to res you.
Oh, a la Dapper, right? You're the only guy I know that has a freaking Dapper freaking drop, dude.
That's because I knew Dapper before.
Did you? God, man, that's so smooth too. That drop. Jumongus, how are you, brother? Shout out P Diddy. P Diddy rap IR up rap baby. Can PJ Diddy rap iPoko?
Probably better than me.
What?
Shiz, I got a question for you.
Here we go.
What's up?
Servers. I know Thor did a whole bunch of testing and work on the main game servers. Do you know if that's the same servers we did on PTS that was crashing all the time? Are we worried about the amount of players?
I don't think that's the same servers.
I can answer that one.
Okay.
Thank you, Jumongus. I am, dude. Thank you, brother.
Without going into detail, those were the same servers, but it was a accidental code that was left in the game. But I can't say what the code was. So
Who are you talking to?
You forget I used to work for High-Res.
Yeah. I'm gonna talk to you after.
Oh, listen.
The best part about that is the person that told me that isn't even part of the dev team.
Glock 9, please report to the principal's office. We've got some questions. Glock 9 to the principal's office, please. She's like, wait, what are you talking about, bro?
I mean, she didn't have to answer anybody could speak on, but I'm genuinely curious because
Right.
we were crashy. I crashed a lot.
Yeah.
And I have an excellent PC. It wasn't my PC.
Well, and the thing, oh, sorry, just go ahead.
I was just gonna say that I don't think that the crafting had anything to do with the servers.
Interesting.
Servers feel great, even on live version.
When it was up, it was smooth. It just the amount of crashing that I had just trying to get in and out of games after waiting in forever queues sucked.
I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, I only crashed 3 times, and only the EU games were a little bit laggy, but that's to be expected.
So, Shiz, are you saying that you think that it's people's systems, the way they had them set up, potentially, that was causing it more than the servers? Is that possible? I mean, I have a beast of a computer as well, and I crashed a lot.
Yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with your PC or the servers being laggy or server lag. Like, I've seen so many reasons for why someone crashed. It's, you know what I mean? Like, I really, even if I knew an answer, it's like, who knows, right? So, but
Right. And how are you going to explain that to somebody who's just a layperson, you know, like me? If you told me the exact reason in like your nerd talk, I would be like, okay, whatever.
Hey, bro, it was code 32 in section B. You know, it was the bylaw 27, okay?
Bylaw 27. Somebody missed a slash. So, you know, Poko's hanging around, Shiz, and I'm sure we won't get a straight answer out of you, but can we expect this on real life servers before Halloween?
I mean,
Hey,
Thor.
Shiz, I'll take care of this one. So, yep.
I mean, Thor has been super open, right? So I think as soon as he wants to say, everyone will know, right?
So, someone in the chat, Trelio, dude, listen. I had a moment on one video. I think I might have deleted it. I don't know if I left it up, but I was like, soon? Okay, so let's just see. It was March 22nd when he said soon. And now it's July 30th. So let me just do the math there. Okay, so soon means 5 months. So that can't be, you know, the actual count. It can't be that long. But yeah, how many times did he say soon? Them counting the days. I heard that one before. And I was just like, I stopped getting mad at him about 2 months ago about it. I was just like, okay, it's just gonna happen when it happens. But
I'm so mad as that, as much as like the stream teases. I might be able to go live this weekend. And
oh
yeah. Oh.
Us did.
Yeah.
I'm glad Baggin streamed it though. Honestly, like we needed that.
Yep.
On Twitch for Realm, so that was something.
Yeah, I mean, here's the funny part about all this. I had to go back and watch the VOD. I was actually still asleep because I was playing Realm Royale all night and slept right through Baggin's stream and was kind of just really disappointed. So I had to go back and watch it. I actually finished watching it today. And yeah, you know, getting a chance to see Baggins talk with him live on stream, knowing that Baggins probably, from what I know, Baggins is a very, very dear, close friend of Thor's. I believe that Thor was like his best man or something at his wedding. Glock, correct me if I'm wrong on this. Those two guys are IRL friends, if I'm not mistaken. So I know that for me, if I had a close friend like that, even if they were NDA or not, I probably am telling them what's going on at work every day. You know, they probably know what's happening. So to see the two of them interact the way that they did, and I feel like, you know, Baggins got some information out of him that he wasn't maybe wanting to tell us all. And you know how he kind of tells us stuff and then jokes about it like, hey, I'm not really telling you. This is just kind of a joke. It might be, it may not be. I saw a lot of that go on today when I watched the VOD, and I was like, okay, all right. So that leads me to like this question, you guys. What's the dragon for? Like, are we going Fortnite on this? Is this going to be like a story? Is there going to be a plot? Is it going to burn down Fungal Jungle, which is one of the conspiracies going on in the Discord right now? Is it the dragon's going to light Fungal on fire and burn it down? And then Trelio and a couple other people in the chat seem to think that there's actually two dragons, according to Realm Royale Poland's tweet today, which I haven't dissected yet, so I don't really know what they mean by that. But what do you guys think about the dragon? If you know, obviously you can't tell us. But if you don't know, like, I would love your guys's, like, I mean, Shiz, can you tell us if that's, like, going to be a part of the game, or was that just Thor one day going, dude, we need a fucking dragon? You know what I mean?
In your Discord?
I am back! Woo! Yo, thanks, Poko. Thank you for that gifted, man, to PJ.
Where is it posted?
Good up.
You talking about the Poland? You talking about the Poland one?
Yeah.
Yeah, here, let me pull that up real quick.
Oh, it's an open chat. It's an open chat. Shiz.
EJ, Daddy.
Under Tank Nation chat, scroll a little bit. There's two dragons.
Oh, Lock Acer, who is a huge contributor in the official Realm Royale Discord. Yeah, I mean, and that and Lock, that is off of the Realm Royale Poland's tweet, correct?
That's from Giant's video.
That's from Giant's video. Oh,
Really?
Oh.
Gentle Giant, please report to the principal's office. Gentle Giant, please report to the principal's office. Thank you. Okay, we got two people busted tonight.
No oversight.
It's Photoshop just to get you to talk about it.
Slight oversight, or Shiz, do we find something out we weren't supposed to, Shiz? Shiz, blink twice if we found something out we weren't supposed to.
Blink, blink.
No one can see Shiz right now. He's blinking like repetitively. Oh my god. All right. Does anyone else want to come in and give away secrets and get any of the current streamers that aren't supposed to be talking about this shit in trouble with Shiz and Thor tomorrow? Anybody else?
It's like Apex Dragons that just like drop loot, you know?
Listen, and this is
No
again,
idea.
I will make it clear in case I haven't said this 100 times. No one has told me anything. I don't have any close friends that work at fucking high res. The closest I am to anyone humanly would be I've met Glock 9 in person, okay? And he certainly doesn't give me any information, you know, that he has. But I feel like that dragon's part of what is the beginning of hopefully a story that they're going to tell and that they're going to play off of as far as maybe skins and maybe battle passes down the road. And oh my god, everyone asking for battle passes right away. It's just feels bad, man. I mean, they don't understand.
I have a theory.
I would love to hear your theory, Glock.
I have a theory that
Glock just
it's gonna be a boss, like a boss fight type thing, because they always talk about putting NPCs in there. I have no answer for this one. That's just my theory.
This is a true guess from you, not really knowing what it is what you're saying.
Yes, before I get accused,
So-
it actually comes true.
Glock, you've rocked some Fortnite recently, right? I've seen you stream some Fortnite, not in the not too distant past, right?
Oh yeah, it's such an amazing game. I want to bang my head off the wall every time I play it.
But wasn't there like a thing that you could fight in that game similar to this? Wasn't there like, it wasn't a boss necessarily, but it would come and like if it got near you, like it would just fuck everything up and you had to either kill it or you like, isn't that what was going on? Like
if you kill it, you get a bunch of loot.
Yeah. So maybe something similar to that, right?
That was Darth Vader. But anyways.
Was it Darth Vader?
No, really, they put Darth Vader in the game. If you were able to kill him, because he would beat the crap out of everybody. If you were able to kill him, you get a crap ton of gold loot. But
interesting. Confirmed battle. So Trailer's all yeah. He's like, I used Google Translate to translate their tweet. He says that RR Poland said soon. That's great news, man. Thor said soon as well.
Yeah, soon.
We just need to know how soon. Dude, Tepper. Yo, bro, thanks for saying it. Tepper, do you want to come in and tell us what you're not allowed to either? We've already gotten 2 people in trouble tonight. You want to pop in? The music is vibe. You like the lo-fi? Here, let's get Tepper in here. Let's get him in trouble as well tonight.
I get in trouble if I go to like the top Twitch streams and just like, hey, we're having a podcast, like we're here.
Bro, listen, I can't tell you what to do or what not to do. I know that I might not do that. Tepper's like, I don't know anything that would get me in trouble. Oh, look at Tepper just lying to us right now. Tepper, we know, bro. We know, bro.
Tepper, he doesn't lie.
Bro, we know that you know, Tepper.
Tepper, just tell us.
Who all has that straight up said yes, I'm under NDA? Did anyone say that?
Yeah, has anyone said that? I don't even know the answer to that.
Can I ask someone a question? So Shiz, let me ask you a question. Shiz, because you're a mod in the Realm Royale Discord, would it be appropriate for me to share that I know who has NDAs, or would that probably not be a good idea? I am back!
All I say is for me, I can't say for anyone else,
Right.
I would say don't, because as soon as people know who is under NDA,
I don't want to say who's under NDA. I do know a couple of people that are. I won't say who they are, but I will say this. I think it was made pretty clear, and again, not to call out Total or anything, but I mean, Total kind of just, without saying it, kind of said, hey, I couldn't tell you guys anything. You know what I mean? So I don't know how we take that or what that really means. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that means then.
There's no way I'm gonna out anyone. Right?
Yeah, I wouldn't do that either, because some people may not like the feedback that was given by this group of individual outside playtesters, and it's not fair to them. And just personally, me, I could not be more happy with what we got to play this weekend. I didn't hate anything about it other than crashing. Like, when that gets loaded on and all the bugs get fixed, like, I cannot wait to play it. It has the things that I love the most about playing a battle royale. It has movement, like with the The grapple hook, I mean, holy crap, the grapple hook. The plays that we were making with that grapple, and we don't even know what the hell we're doing with it yet. I can't even imagine once we figure it out. Like, it's going to just be sick. Yo, Poko, thanks for the gifted sub to Dr. Tepper. Tepper repping the Tep himself tonight.
That chick, Omni Crazy, and that guy Tepper.
Sus. Yeah. I also love the update, and I have high hopes for Realm. Look at Tepper sounds just like Thor. Thor has high hopes for Realm Royale in 2022. And although I can't say anything about what I'm currently working on, I feel like it's going to be a good year for Realm Royale. So yeah, no, I don't think that who's under NDA is important. I think it's important for us to know, and for those of you that maybe weren't here at the beginning of this whole thing tonight, you know, I talked to Glock a little bit. Glock flat out said I'm not under any, you know, restrictions. I can talk about whatever the fuck I want to. Do I know some things? Yeah, but I'm not going to say them. I think that's, you know, safe to say for Shiz as well tonight, as he's the mod in the freaking official Discord. He's not going to say some things tonight. I hope everyone can respect that. But I think what's important for you guys that are watching this tonight, and if anybody happens to watch the VOD of this when I put it up, you guys need to understand that what wasn't happening before has begun to happen now. And what that means, in Glock, you jump in any time here, is the people that play this game and have played this game for a long time that were as disappointed before when their feedback didn't get, you know, nothing got done with the feedback before and the game ended up dying. Some of those same individuals and people like those individuals, other people like them, are currently giving feedback to a team that is run by, really, if you guys don't realize this, a guy who just plays this game, who happened to fucking get a job working on it and is in charge of it. Hello. So they're going to listen to this group of people, and they obviously have listened to this group of people. And I think that that's what's changed, and that's the whole why we trust this dev team question that's up there on the screen. And for those of you that missed it, you know, everyone said the same thing. It's just that they're listening to the community. And although that community is represented by a handful of individuals that we're probably not going to disclose even if we know who they are, you guys have to trust those people. And listen, those people are the people you think they are. They're very trustworthy. They're very good at this game. They've played this game for a long time. Whether you like them or not, whether you think they're toxic or not, those are the people we need to get the game where it needs to be so that it's playable and that it has a chance to get big again. I know that Glock and I probably Poko, maybe even Shiz, maybe even KreiZ, you guys might disagree with me. I think if they do this thing right, we're going to compete with the big boys. I'm not saying we're going to take over Fortnite or Warzone or fucking Apex. But if shit goes the way that I think it can go for this game, and we start buying shit and they start making money and they start adding people, who knows where this could go? You know, I mean, what's that?
I mean, Thor said he's got a great marketing ideas. His marketing team is fantastic, and they have a plan to push this out when the time comes.
What did you say, Glock? I missed it.
I didn't say anything. That was Poko.
Oh, Poko, did you say I agree? Or did you say I disagree?
No, I said I disagree.
You disagree? Interesting.
Not with everything you said.
Not with everything you said. Okay. Thanks for the follow, Trippy. You guys don't think these are the hardcore realmers right now on the radio channel with us right now? They're all in game playing while they're talking to me.
I live this life, man. I've seen some shit.
Oh my god. Yo!
The beginning.
You'll never know
who is a player. He's a fucking OG, but
Crazy, thanks for the gifted.
I've seen some shit, and like what I agree with is like, yes, these people who played Realm Royale, they are
I am back!
Warden.
fucking vetted in this game. But the part I don't 100% agree with is that they're gonna take it where it needs to go for a community to come back to this game. Like, yes, they listen to the people that play this game. Yes, they've played this game and they know what needs to improve. That doesn't always cater to
the masses
and the people that haven't played.
That's 100% fair, Poko. I won't disagree with your opinion of that. I think what I'm saying is that if Thor's right and they've learned from the mistakes that were made in the past and they launch this thing correctly and it grows along the pathway of the marketing plan that they've put in place, there's no reason why we can't have a massive comeback. And I think it's hard to believe that now. Deep down in my soul, I want what I'm saying to happen, but I also know deep down in my soul, Poko, that I kind of feel the way you do. Like, all right, I'm just waiting for the aha moment to pop up. I think we all still are, and I don't talk a lot about this. I'm usually the rah guy about, hey, Realm Royale, love it. It's going to be, the biggest thing in the world. But
I was going to say that because you were telling me in my chat all the time. That's why I had to kind of simmer you
yeah,
down a little bit.
And you did a good job of it. I started being more realistic.
Trust me, I'm getting excited too, but nothing's happened yet, so chill. Now something's happened. Now you can go crazy.
Yeah, no,
crazy,
and like, let's stop and talk about this, right? So, how funny is it that the second we do this PTS, everyone's like, "You guys screwed everything up. You did this, you did that, you did this, you did that," and I'm like, "Okay, this is just a fucking test, fucking patch on the PTS. They didn't do anything. None of this is in the game, okay? On Monday, we're all gonna go back to the shitty game we've been playing for 4 fucking years." I promise you'll get your fucking misery back on Monday, okay? Like,
you see what Tep said, Smarmy?
He said the BR genre is here to stay, in my opinion.
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, and again, KreiZ, I would love to hear your opinion as well as you, Shiz, on this one too. And I'm sorry I keep defaulting to Glock on some of this stuff. It's just because I know Glock better than the both of you, so I apologize if you feel like I'm not hitting you guys up on these, but please chime in on this. Here's my observation, okay? And I'll tell a little story along with it. I mean, 4 years ago, I didn't have any idea what Twitch was. My son was playing Fortnite, and my wife suggested that I try and play with him to maybe have a little better relationship because we really weren't even getting along or talking. He was just spending the whole day playing Fortnite. So I started playing Fortnite with him, and then I all of a sudden find Twitch, and then I all of a sudden figure out what streaming is, and there was a real high at that point, with Fortnite. And then at some point, like after about a year of playing Fortnite, I was like over it. And I think my son was over it, and I started seeing him play Roblox again and Minecraft again with his friends. He's playing fucking Terraria. He's playing all these old games and shit. And then like Apex came through, and he's like, "Oh, cool, Apex is awesome. Warzone sucks, Dad. It's for old guys like you." And then all of a sudden, Fortnite's like, sit at the conference table one day at Epic, and they're like, "Hey, what if we take the building out? I wonder what that would do." And holy shit, they turned their game into more of a game like what we've been enjoying for the last 2 years. As much as I hate to say, and I'm not trying to compare us to Fortnite, but our game's a real simple battle royale. It's an easy game to play, hard to be a master at, as a lot of you that are good at it can tell us. But Fortnite sure has fucking made an unbelievable comeback and risen right back up to the top of the BR genre, and they're kind of fucking on another roll right now. So why couldn't our game do that with the right pieces in place? That's where I'm coming from. So I agree 100% with him. Look, if PUBG were to
stigma, there's already an ego.
Yeah, but if PUBG were to fucking revamp their game with some incredible shit, PUBG would blow up again. It just would.
Doubt it.
I'm telling you. Look, dude.
You think?
Super People almost took off. I don't know what happened to Super People, by the way. I wasn't playing it, so I wasn't in on it. But Super People had some people's. I mean, dude, Thor was fucking maining it for months. A lot of people were maining it for months. Super People was coming, and then I don't know if the dev team just took a shit or they ran out of money. I don't know what happened over there.
You just answered your own question.
Hi, Shars.
We already know that a lot of that. Oh god, I'm gonna get so much crap for this. I'm just joking, but
I love you.
A lot of the Realm streamers that went to different games, as soon as they touched them, they killed them.
Shiz, can I ask you something? I'm sorry, Smarmy. I don't mean to.
No, go. This is what it's for. You guys talk to each other for sure.
What's up?
Do you think
Hi, Borti.
PUBG with a revamp would do better, or PUBG 2
Hi, Mega.
totally re-released would do better?
Ooh.
Probably PUBG 2.
Exactly. And
So-
you guys comment on that how you will, but
Make sure I understood. The question is if Super People was out and PUBG 2 came out, which would do better? Is that what the question was?
No,
like PUBG
revamped or to actually come out with the PUBG 2, basically is what he's saying.
Okay.
Not even mentioning Super People. I would say PUBG 2 at this point, because if you just revamp it, people are gonna be like, oh, they just update, just another update. If you come out number 2, people are like, whoa, a whole brand new game, what's up?
What I'm referencing is Overwatch 2, and they dropped the ball. I'm not talking about Blizzard, but like, you guys saw the hype.
Hi, Borti.
And that's all that I'm talking about. Not even the changes, not even the differences in gameplay and or in-game or whatever player base that's still playing the game. I'm talking about the hype behind a revamp game versus a 2.0?
What's up, BMC? So Poko, let me ask you then, just a sidebar to this. So are you saying that somewhere in your mind you're thinking if they would have just done a Realm Royale 2, it may have fared better than what they're currently working on?
I would have. Yes and no. I would have said that marketing would have been better, but you guys know better than me.
KreiZ
when it
Gaming?
comes to the game stuff, but from an outside perspective, in a sense, like, yeah, I think it would have drawn more attention. Yeah.
Well, in Poko, in fairness too,
for the PTS, probably not.
we really don't know what the response is gonna be when they roll out Reforged. We don't know. They really, I mean, keep in mind, to us, the small community that's been dieharding this thing for the last couple of years while everyone else has been off playing other games, you know, to us, it's back. We all feel like it's back because we got to play in this PTS this weekend, but that's not the product that they're going to roll out and market. So we don't really know how they're going to respond to it yet, I guess. Does anybody else have a thought on that?
You gotta work with what you got.
True, but let's just pretend in a world where they could create a Realm Royale 2.
Okay.
Would they have stuck to their guns, or would they have created a brand new game, in your opinion, Glock? Poko, I love you tonight, by the way.
A whole brand new game rather than just adding little bits and things. I mean, if you can create a whole new game, you can take all that feedback that you have from the PTS and you can basically create a new game with all that, because everyone's asking for a new map, everyone's asking for this, for that, for this. You put that into a 2.0, it's basically a brand new game. It would probably fare better than what they're doing now.
But it's not.
But
they just use the skeleton of this game.
Yeah.
I feel you, Glock.
So then this brings up a dark set of questions from me then, okay? So was all of this, in your guys' opinion, for naught then?
No.
Are we just headed right back to where we were 2 years ago? Just on a more exciting we're just going to have a little bump here?
I think there's money to be made in a community to grow around this game, for sure. Reforged 2.0 or just Realm Royale with an update, whatever it is. There's money to be made for the devs and a community to enjoy still, no matter what.
Okay.
I mean, I think we've all known that the Realm Royale has had potential this entire time, so I don't really think a Realm Royale 2 is super necessary. I just think that the game we already have needs to be better, and I think that's what Thor's doing.
Well, with that being said, you were talking about Fortnite earlier, Smarmy. Anyone that played Fortnite when it first came out versus how it plays and how smooth it is now, it's because of the success of the community that it has and the people that actually spent money on the game. Thor said on Bagging Stream, he said, to create a game and to update a game, you have to make money.
Right.
So it's one of those things where you could eventually, let's say like everything does come true like you want, where the game starts flourishing, it starts getting pretty big up there, they start making buku bucks, and then they have the money to put on Unreal Engine 5 and add this other stuff. I mean, imagine.
I just got a chill down my spine when you said that.
Yeah, but just imagine if the game, you start off with what you have, and then people start buying, you get new players on there, you get people buying skins, spending some money, and then they can add maybe end up adding what everyone keeps asking for, which out the gate, which I think I talked about before, it's more expensive than people think, is a battle pass. And then take the money you make from that and try and add new things. It's like it's a process. It's not something you just And Hi-Rez isn't a big company like Epic or like some of these other companies that can just go, oh yeah, here's $10 million, poof. You know?
That was actually gonna be my question to you though too. Does any of you guys know? I mean, is Stu that loaded? Is he doing that well that he could just throw away money like Epic did? I mean, I don't think so, right?
I mean, he's never taken me out to dinner, so no.
Well, there you go. Mega, who's very active in the Realm Royale community. I see him in almost every streamer's chats when I'm watching. He says, I think after update, Realm will be strong for a couple of months, and then in like 8-10 months, we'll cease development.
Oh no!
Yeah.
No!
Yeah.
No!
Maybe steady climb. It doesn't matter as long as you're going up. Trail's right. Go ahead. You were saying?
Are you familiar with Supercell, the company?
I'm not.
I think they mostly do mobile games. I don't know if they have other games, but what they do for profit and like cash grab is really, really good. And it's not just like a loot box system, it's like way more than that. And I feel like if smaller developers like Hi-Rez tried to do, I don't know what, not exactly what they do because they couldn't on like a small scale, but like followed some of what they do when it comes to like a quick battle pass, you know, just try to get some funds in and then to the next step, right? One step at a time when it comes to like rebuilding.
You know, that's interesting that you bring that up, and I wasn't familiar with iPoko, but I, you know, in my real life, I do a lot of business with a lot of companies similar to like companies like that, high volume businesses. I work with a lot of people, and I get a chance to, you know, see how they operate and like watch them go from making a couple $100,000 to all of a sudden 2 months later they're making millions of dollars, right? I've seen it so many times with these companies like that. But let me ask you something. Do we have any information on what our demographic really is for this game? I mean, we always constantly joke about all the 12 and 13-year-olds stream sniping us. The question is the majority of our demographic a bunch of mature, old, knowledgeable, educated people like most of us? Or is it all just a bunch of 13, 14-year-old kids from Ireland? Like Kong and frickin' Charlie just terrorizing us all the time, and they're going to steal our mom's credit card, and they're going to be the ones that, you know, keep this thing afloat for us. Is that what it is?
You know what? You brought something up that's really good. I think we should start pushing that as streamers to get the kids to get their mom's credit cards.
Listen, Glock, I don't have a problem, okay? You're talking to a guy who, when he was 16 years old, took his mom's credit card, spent $3,000 on it, and then wondered why I got in trouble a few months later.
I don't. You know,
True story, by the way, bro. I bought baseball cards with it.
To honestly though, to answer your honest question, I don't know what the demographic is. I assume it's a little younger because it's a free-to-play game. Like, I just bought an Xbox.
You like that, Tepper?
I bought an Xbox for my apartment, and I went on top free games because I wasn't going to spend money on Xbox. But Realm Royale is still in like the top 10, so it's like I'm sure there's probably kids buying it or even adults, but I'm not sure I don't know if anyone actually knows the answer to that.
Shiz, do you know the demographic? KreiZ?
What?
You know what our demographic is? Like,
is it more younger, older, middle aged? You know, I never seen anything on that.
Yeah, I don't know if that information is out there.
That's just my speculation on what I've seen, because, you know, like you said, it's a free game, and if kids are on there and they're just looking for free games to play, they
I would definitely guess really young kids. I mean, if you go on the Xbox, PlayStation, or the Nintendo store, go to free-to-play games.
It's
Realm
high up
Royale,
there.
yeah, top 3, top 5.
Yeah, like I said, on Xbox of all things, it was in the top 10. It was in the first 2 rows. So yeah, I don't know.
Poko, do you have a Twitter?
I used to, back in my prime. I'll
gotta
tell you
get
what our
Twitter.
demographic is, man. It's PC sweats, a couple console players that have 9-to-5s, and some damn rodents that camp in bushes at night.
Tepper, how about the use of that word right there? He said rodents, bro.
Bunch of rodents.
He said a bunch of rodents. Oh,
I think that's one thing. I think Poko kind of brought up a good point that people don't realize about Realm Royale is there's actually so many different types of communities within one community. Like, you have the people who are just casual. You have the people that are super sweats that will camp in a casual game. Then you have the competitive scene where people actually are always doing customs and trying to put on tournaments. Like, yeah, I'm about to be 31 in 2 weeks. I have 4 kids. My hand-eye coordination ain't there. So whenever I see Tepper, if I see Tepper in the lobby, I always just leave, go back to the lobby. Again. I can't hang no more.
okay. You just brought up something that I want to address. There was nothing more fun than watching Giant, Crippler, you, any other older guys, like, realize that people have still been playing this game for the longest time, and that they're absolutely just ridiculously cracked at this game.
They just said it, Smarmy. That's what you watch.
Dude, Crippler's face on his stream yesterday was just like, you could just see the frustration. He's like, wow, okay, guess I'm just not good anymore.
From the people that I pick up in LFGs, like these console players that just, like, they don't have a Twitch, they don't have PC, Like they just play this game casually. And it's like it's a whole different community that doesn't even know.
Dude, you're so right.
PTS.
Poko, listen, KreiZ and I were playing a couple of nights ago, and I'm like, this fucking guy's cheating, man. There's fucking something going on with this guy. I don't know what it is. And she's like, I looked him up. He's been playing for like he's been on stream for like 9 years. He's been playing for 3 years.
Fucking Canadian.
He's just no. This is the other guy. You're like, this guy's just a casual sweat that just is really good at the game. Like we didn't know the guy's name. He's just nobody. He's not.
There was no one in the community.
He was nobody we all knew.
Casually wrecked
Just
the
shit
product.
on us. Like, I'm like, that guy's so good. I thought he was cheating for sure. Yo, silence for the kills. Thanks for the follow.
I looked up his account and he had like 4,000 wins. He's easily just never seen him in the Twitch community. He doesn't change his name on Steam. I looked him up and he's just a casual sweat.
Dude.
That doesn't hang out online.
Yeah, never. The key thing was his name had never been changed. His name's been the same for all 4 years he's played Realm. He never changed his name once. I'd never heard of him. I was like, this guy just absolutely shit on us like he was Tepper and fucking Borti.
I was laughing. I think second game on the PTS, I was still trying to figure things out. I literally landed. I can't remember exactly where I landed on this game, but
I don't remember, Trey.
There was obviously a bot. I knew it was a bot, and I was like checking out like the speed of the crossbow, and then I didn't know who it was at the time, but someone just came flying on me, already weapon swapping with both staffs, and then like as soon as I shot at them, they started flying around, soaring. I'm like, what the f is happening here?
Sure, it wasn't Tepper.
No, it was KDN. He straight bent me over. I didn't know who it was at the time, but I was like, bro, freaking super sweat mage over here. Like I haven't been on this game for an hour. People already figured out the weapon swap.
Bro, listen. KreiZ and I, the one she's talking about, the one night when I was mad, I thought he was cheating. I went to his stream and his title was "You Were Killed by the Best."
Oh my god.
That was the stream title, bro. Because he just knew everyone was gonna come to the stream.
And I quickly realized that I was like, dude, I can't hang with these.
It was KD.
KDN straight. He bent me over. He straight up came to my stream and clipped it, I guess, and I was just like, whatever, dude.
Yeah, I come to your stream and clip all the times you embarrass me, and then I put them on my funny reels for my videos. Oh man.
Yeah, Katie. Yeah, I talked to KDN today, and he's the one that showed me the video. I'm like, you already clipped it and made a YouTube clip out of it? Jesus.
Listen, these kids, let me tell you, okay? Content. It's up in 5 minutes. It's on TikTok, brother.
You're on it, bro. I'm proud to see it.
Tepper talking shit in the chat right now, everyone. KDN's like, he's free shards for me. I should report him for false advertisement.
His Chinese algorithm.
His Chinese algorithm. Okay, let's knock it off. Let's knock it off base. Hey, does anybody in the chat have any questions for Glock, Poko, KreiZ, or Shiz, or myself? I'm really just moderating this thing today, honestly. Like, it's just, before I forget, by the way, thank you, Glock, thank you, Poko, thank you, KreiZ, thank you, Shiz, for being willing to come in here and talk to a guy who's just a small streamer, you know, that loves the game. I really appreciate you guys taking time. You guys obviously know so much more about, you know, some of the stuff that's going on, and I appreciate you guys being willing to just come in here and chit chat about it. It really means a lot to me.
You're welcome.
Poko, you're the fucking best, dude. Favorite one thing about the PTS for me, or from the peeps? I mean, I'll tell you what the favorite thing about. Here, I'll show you what my favorite thing about the.
I can answer that for you.
Hold on, I'll show you what my favorite thing is. Hold on, hold on. Display capture. Is this working? I don't know if it's working or not. Hold on. All right, let me show you. I'll show you what my favorite thing is. I got it right here. It is where is it?
Working.
Class blocking.
Are you showing us one of your clips?
Can you see it? I just made a crazy play, dude! Oh my god! Okay, I missed every shot as usual. That was so good. I missed every shot as usual, but that grapple, that possibility right there was my favorite part about the weekend, is just being able to get to places. And like, you know, what was cool is like, so much of the movement ability allowed players to get to some of the high ground spots that we kind of we call them names when they get to these high ground spots. But now, instead of having to wait, by Jaguar, for example, you could just zip right up there with the grapple, man, and take them out. I actually have another clip of AeroCloud jumping off the top of Jaguar onto that huge rock across from it and actually making it. And so that kind of stuff for me, because, and if you don't know me, you guys, if you're just getting to know me, I'm not good at this game. I just really love the game. I'm an old guy. I'm 50 years old. I have a 17-year-old kid, which just told me to be quiet and shush, by the way. That's what just happened. Married, almost 20 years. But what I like to do is find these little 20, 30, 40-second moments and make videos out of them, And even me, a guy that's not that great at this game, catches them all the time, regularly, just like you guys that are the pros do. And so I enjoy making the videos. I enjoy creating content like that. And I just can't stop thinking about all the plays we're gonna make with that grapple hook. I can't stop thinking about all the leap with the charges and the destruction that's gonna go on with those. I got leaped and charged like 100 times this weekend. And I was just like, God damn it, the fucking warrior's still broken. Anyway, what about you, Glock? What was your favorite part of the PTS? And then you, Poko, and then you, KreiZ, you, Shiz. What was it?
Class locking is my favorite.
Class locking. KreiZ, what was your favorite thing?
Class locking.
Class locking. Poko, Poko didn't have a favorite thing because he didn't get to play.
My favorite thing. It was my favorite thing.
Poko's favorite thing was drinking a lot of tequila and cussing about how Hi-Rez did not put it on console. Accurate? Accurate?
My favorite thing was being deep into Thor and Baggins DMs, and you guys just sitting and playing the game like bots. You're 3 steps ahead. Me, Baggins, Thor. You have no idea what we got in the fucking smoker right now. Shit is marinating.
Shiz, what was your favorite part of the PTS this weekend, other than the fact that it's finally over?
Probably just the balance. How now it doesn't matter just because you're an assassin or you're a crossbow hunter, you're gonna just die to a warrior, right? Now you can actually compete no matter what class you are.
So, do you guys know who Sneaky God is? Does everyone know who Sneaky God is?
Yeah, I do.
He's a pretty good player, right? Would everyone concur?
Yeah.
I beat him probably for the first time in my entire life in lobby. And not only did I beat him, I remember thinking to myself, man, I kind of shit on this guy. And then when I saw it was his name, and I'm like, oh my God, was I recording this? Nobody should know this. But it's, yeah, well, but what it boiled down to is, and I talked about to KreiZ about this a ton, I don't ever get a chance to reset playing the current version of our game. When I run into one of you guys in game, I'm fucking dead. But now, when I would run into some better players or even some of the best players, I had a chance to at least heal up and try to refight them again 2 or 3 times before they killed me. I mean, unless the whole squad was there, you're still going to get destroyed. But these one-on-one fights were so long and so good and so fun that I was like, oh my God. And there was no camping at the end of these solo games. Like, they just fight. The whole last part of the game was just the most amazing thing. And my favorite part of the PTS was getting to play with that grapple hook and getting to actually fight players that normally just absolutely shit on me. And I hope that continues, by the way, so that I can pretend like I'm better than I really am at the game, because that was fun. Tepper, my favorite part is armor runes, probably. It's a really simple thing that a lot of people are overlooking, but it does so much good for the game. So Tep, let me ask you a question. Shiz, you didn't get to answer. Shiz, what was your favorite part of PTS? If I don't think you got to answer.
Yeah, I said balance.
Balance, okay. Tep, let me ask you a question about that. So one of the things I kind of noticed as the weekend went on and I got, more accustomed to how things worked, I felt like the warrior still was a little OP, and part of what went through my mind was that, did it have to do with his offensive ability that he has that's new, or did it have to do with the fact that everyone had a lot better armor? Like, I was getting killed rather quickly towards the end of the weekend, and I would notice they had all gold shit. And I was like, maybe they're just regenerating faster. And I'm not one of these pop schlocks, by the way, that kind of pays attention to all the numbers and how they add up and shit. But I'm like, what?
One of these pop schlocks, he said.
One of these pop schlocks. Love Pop Schlock. I invited Pop Schlock by tonight. He probably is sleeping. I don't know what he's up to. White, how are you? Good to see you. But do you feel like the armor needs to be nerfed a little bit, Tepper, or do you think it was fine? Do you think it was perfect? Any of you guys? What do you guys think about gold armor? As opposed to a guy with a mixture of green and purple, is there an unfair advantage there with how the regeneration, how the passive works?
I don't really think it was OP. Just I had this conversation millions of times. I don't even think that Axe Warrior is considered OP. I think it's very strong. But if you're someone like me who can't land a single freaking axe, it doesn't matter how strong it is. You know. But a warrior is meant to be played up close. So if you end up in the building with a warrior, have fun. I think it's strong, just like mage is strong, but I don't like using that word OP, like unless something's like absolutely freaking broken. Like if I can go on there and let's say warrior super duper OP and Tepper's playing hunter or something like that, and all of a sudden I delete Tepper, I know it's OP.
So Mega's saying, and I don't know if Mega's just capping here or if he's being serious, but he said from what we saw, all these default sword warriors with gold boots were a little too OP. That's what he's saying. I think he's being serious when he says that.
And assassins with snipers and gold gauntlets is really, really too strong.
So here's what Tep says. It's perfect in my opinion. Think about on live where someone could have 6 meta runes and who would have no idea why you are losing a fight. That's true. Whereas with armor, you can expect people to have these perks going on in game, which probably goes to the point that I was bringing up, which is why the fights are so interesting now. You don't really get just absolutely slaughtered that often. At least I did, and I'm a guy, like I said, that if I run into you in a lobby, I'm like, okay, I just like take my hands off the keyboard and start to go back to the lobby. So, I was able to fight with you guys in some of those customs, which was just very like satisfying, honestly, for being a casual player who loves the game. Chat, what other questions do you have for these fine folks before I try to cut some of them loose? I know it's getting late, super late for KreiZ. She's got to get to probably work in the morning. I don't know if she had a chance to get a nap before she came in here tonight, and I really, really appreciate you, KreiZ. You know how much I adore you. Thank you so much for coming and doing this tonight. Does anybody have any more questions for these peeps before I try to wind this kind of down a little bit? Can I hear your thoughts on how this will transition over to console and controller? I can't speak to that, Trail. Glock or Shiz, do you have a little bit of Cookie Man? Hello? Cookie Man's asking who was the best player in PTS. Let's get Cookie Man timeout. Hold that one for a second. Shiz, can you speak to that, or
let me say something?
Yeah, crazy.
I'm probably one of the only PTS players who's actually played 4,500 plus games on controller before switching to PC just less than 300 hours ago. I think it's going to be easier on controller with the combat abilities than I would think on PC for sure. Thor even got that feedback from people who managed to figure out controller on the PTS, that it was easier to get the fingering down pretty much than having to reteach yourself combat, because that was honestly the hardest part for me.
Love to hear that. Thanks, KreiZ, is what Trail said. As a former console player with thousands of hours, I don't think aim assist needs a buff or a nerf. I can't speak to it all. Never played on controller. So partnered streamer who needs no introduction, Cookie Man. Thanks for coming in, by the way. Wow, I'm honored to have you here. Asked who the best player was the best player on PTS. So I'll start. I watched a lot of the PTS, and in my opinion, the player that constantly played well and seemed to dominate the whole time, and not just because he's sitting here, jerking all of us fucking around and being Tepper was fucking pretty solid, whether he was playing mage or I think he played some warrior too. I also, got a chance to see Coleman's play for a little while, and he seemed to be still really fucking good. What was interesting, actually, more so than who was the best, was to see who struggled. And I'm not going to say who I saw struggle, but I saw some really good players like fucking forget how to play all of a sudden. Maybe that's why a guy like Sneaky God got killed by a fucking 50-year-old bald fat guy, probably why that happened. He probably just, pushed the wrong button. And don't get me started with the fucking way that the fucking slots work. I don't want to talk about it.
I have the craziest clip where I'm like, I'm Sneaky God.
They didn't transfer their Tepper. Shots fired. Shots fired. Right. Everybody duck down. Take cover. Tepper has fired many shots right now. He said they didn't transfer their cheats over.
I said it 10 times. I'll say it again. I didn't win a single damn match this entire weekend. I felt like worse than a bot.
Yeah, I won the very first game I played on the PTS in a solo that I'm pretty sure was a bot lobby because I tried to get in someone else's solo that was like queuing. And I think I had 11 kills and I won the PTS and I was like, okay, this is great for the clip, but I really killed no real people in this lobby.
There's no realm tracker to prove it.
Yeah, there's exactly. I had 12. I had 11 kills. All of them were solid, real guys, sweaty. It was Tepper. It was everybody that was good in that lobby for sure. 100%. I got clips to prove it. That's the great thing about TikTok, by the way. If you guys don't make TikToks or content for TikTok, is you only see the middle of the screen, so you don't get to see the kill feed. So you can say whatever you want on TikTok. I do. If you don't believe me, go check out my TikTok.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. Yeah. Buy my beef jerky. No, but seriously, buy this fucking beef jerky. It's the best beef jerky in the fucking world.
Yes.
I make like $1 when you buy this beef jerky. I'm not getting rich. Yo, Ray Escorpion. Hello. Highlight my message. Thumbs up from Ramnied. KreiZ, any closing comments that you would like to make about the direction that we're headed in? Anything you'd like to say to the 19,000 people watching on Twitch?
Thanks for having me. You know, I adore you as much as you,
thank you,
quote unquote, adore me. I was very excited to stay up and do this for you. I'm gonna be miserable at work tomorrow, but no, it's being exciting. It's exciting seeing the rumors of an update, and then coming to now, where we actually got to play a workable game. Does it need work? Yes, but I still want to play it. I only took an 8-month break, but I did play it throughout the entire time where they said we don't make enough money to keep up with the game. So I'm excited for the future of Realm and grateful for all the homies, especially Shiz.
Yeah, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. You've been such a dear friend to me. You've really helped me get, involved in this community even more than I thought I was going to. So I appreciate you. Poko, anything you want to say?
Smarmy, I have a special guest. Can you drag in from Voice Comms General? KreiZ, don't leave just yet. I got a quick question I want to ask this rando.
Ladies and gentlemen, hold on a sec.
Yo.
Ladies and gentlemen, straight out of the European Union,
Mid-game, Borti.
we've got Borti in the on the channel.
Before you ask your question, Smarmy, I gotta run.
I know, that's why I'm trying to get you guys out of here. Sorry.
My wife's calling, so I gotta run. Thank you guys.
I got much love for you, Glock. Thanks for doing this, brother. Means a lot. Appreciate you.
I'll talk to you soon.
Yo.
Talk to you soon, Glock.
Shiz, I'm gonna talk to you soon, Glock. You gonna tell him, motherfucker. Borti, Borti, first question, are you under NDA? Don't answer that. We're just kidding. It's a joke. Don't answer that.
Huh? ND what?
Borti,
Exactly.
Are you under NDA, Borti? No, don't answer that. That's what I said.
Yeah, ND what?
Yo, MRML, thank you for the follow. Yo, Borti, welcome in, sir. Tell us your thoughts on the PTS, sir. Or unless you got something else you want to talk about. The floor is yours.
I'll sweat his dick off, by the way.
No. I mean, I genuinely played the PTS for like 40 hours during the weekend, so I think I was enjoying myself.
I had several streams tabbed and was in and out of everybody's streams most of the day. It's hard to tell how much fun you were having, Borti, because to be quite honest with you, and I'm not trying to kiss ass here, you always look like you're having fun, bro, even when you're probably not. There's always some shenanigans going on in your fucking channel, bro. But we have a little argument going on right now between Cookie Man and Tepper.
Okay, but that's because Tepper is always arguing.
Is Tepper better than Cookie? Is Tepper better than you, Borti?
Tepper bad, what do you mean?
There's no such thing as better than Smarmy. And this is coming from a Series X console Twitch streamer with an Elite controller V2. KreiZ, you got my back on this one. There's no such thing as better than. Me and Borti equal.
How is that even a question? Tepper says he's mad at me now.
Gamers are better than me. Okay, so I can focus now.
We just wanted to hear your opinion, man, because you win fucking tournaments. Like, you are that 0.01%, and I just wanted to,
No, I genuinely do not think there is one best player, no.
You know, I don't disagree with you in all seriousness, man. Like, I just know that you have a different gear. There's a handful of you guys that are really good anyway. And then there's like a different gear, like when there's some money on the line or competitive or there's bragging rights, like something happens to you, Borti, where it's just like, what the hell? This guy is ridiculous. Same thing with Tepper. I watched Tepper play a game this weekend. I don't remember whose team he was on. And I just remember just walking away from my computer going, that's disgusting. Nobody's that good. Why? How did he do that? I think he was playing mage too. And I'm like, how did he swap weapons so fucking fast? You know? It's like you guys, both of you, like all of you guys swap your weapon and start shooting them before they're even swapped. And I'm like, I didn't know you could do that. Like,
I mean, it's an old Realm thing, so all Realmers are used to that. Like Coleman and Tepper, they are familiar with it. So Coleman didn't use too long to get used to weapon swapping. I was never a weapon swapping guy, so I'm just chilling with my warrior and hunter.
Yeah, I'm kind of one track mind myself. I can't tell you how many times I've tried to reshoot my sniper after I've just shot it and didn't reload it, and I'm just like actually trying to scope it and it's empty. Probably partly because I'm old and partly because I'm just not good at games like you guys are. I hope Deathmatch comes back, but Arrow is probably who I would say is my favorite player. Okay, Warden, there you go.
Talked to Deathmatch today, actually. It's funny that someone brought him up.
So, listen, well, Borti's here, and I got Tepper here, and Cookie's here, and a couple other people. I just wanted to make one quick little thing, just to talk about it, because Tepper kind of talked about, the ranking thing. And in case you guys didn't know this, and again, it doesn't matter necessarily, but I just came to Adam one day and said, hey, man, wouldn't it be cool if we could rank people out so that we could, A, get rid of all the garbage, stream sniping, little shits in the fucking community, and try to have some actual good, clean games without constantly being interrupted by having to kick somebody out of this, out of the other. And then that's what ended up turning into what you guys ended up seeing, which is the tiered, the down to fuck league or whatever you want to call it. And that was really I don't want to say my brainchild, but it was like, I just wanted to try and play with people that were more along the lines of my skill. Or as like the other night when I played with you, Borti, I'm a lot better player when I'm on your team, man. I don't know how that happens every single time. But, yeah, like, it's hard when there's...
Some players just need a little, how would you say, guidance?
No, yeah, but I think, my thought process when I came to him and said, hey, man, it'd be cool if we could have, a carry customs is what I originally called this thing, where Borti and I play on the same team, and then, Adam and somebody who else is, mid, like me, plays on the same team. And the games that we were having in the very beginning, even though they were just queues, were amazing games, kind of almost as amazing as some of the PTS games were at the end when they were just really, competitive and sweaty. And here I am at the end of a game, competitive and sweaty, when I'm never usually there playing with those tier of players.
Borti, I know you don't have a lot of time, but
sorry.
I just wanted to also hear, what were your wells and betters from the PTS?
Yes.
What did you think were, really, really good things, and, what do you think they could have done better?
Well, I'm genuinely... I like everything, almost. It's just a crossbow, but, it's a good weapon for people who don't really have raw aim, you know what I mean?
Like me.
So people, yeah, raw aimers, it's a good mid tier. You can fuck over really good aimers with the longbow or sniper or whatever with the crossbow. So I understand. And Thor did say the crossbow has less DPS. No, yeah, than the bolt staff, current bolt staff, which
Interesting.
What'd they do well?
Armor pieces, bringing back heirloom rifle, assassin is fun to play, warrior axe is not a sniper anymore.
Interesting analogy there.
Well, it's true. The current axe, I just played my first game now on live server, and it felt so clunky, slow. You can just shoot cross map with it.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. It took me. I played Warrior 4 or 5 games, and I just was like, man, I can't even get used to this right now. I don't even want to try to get used to it. It just is so awkward.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I felt like that in the beginning, but I knew I was gonna play Warrior in the tourney, so I actually got used to it pretty fast, to be honest.
Borti, other than the obvious
In the
bugs and
PTS, did you feel
fixes,
like you had like a lot of competition? Like, did you see a lot of like harder lobbies? I guess because you were only matched against PCs, right?
Only a match against PCs, and people wanted to test New Realm, and that would bring a lot of old players who's also really good at the game. And that was a lot of fun, really a lot of fun. It really was. And since everyone is kind of new to the game, because it's so much new shit, like, I don't know, it made it more fair, the fights, I guess.
Poko, you have anything else for him? Poko, anything else for Borti?
Oh, I got all day, but SMARTMY, this is your.
No. You asked some great questions that I wasn't going to ask, so I'm actually happy that you popped in there. But I was going to just ask Borti, like, aside from like the normal buggy stuff, what was some stuff that you were critical of and that you may give feedback, you know, in the server and say, hey, I really wish you could maybe make these adjustments? Or is there some things that you found that you were like, this has got to be kind of changed? Other than the obvious, like the wall with the jumping out of the Zeppelin and like, you know, the crashes and stuff. And what's some things that you were critical of?
Bugs. Well, me personally, I would like Spammy Meta to go a little away, cause a little bit, cause I'm not as fan of it. I can get used to it, but I'm just not. I'm not a fan of it. But the other part, I want it to be playable, but I don't want to get shit on just because I missed one longbow shot. Another thing, the rest part, of course, I want it to be more balanced. If they want to keep it like from the sky dive thing, it needs to be a little bit more adjusted and balanced.
You're talking about the chicken reses from the sky?
Yeah. It needs, like, you need more visuals on the chickens in there, like a little bit, because now they're impossible to spot, almost.
Yeah, you know, CDBot and I kind of went round and round in the server about this, and I tried to give him a couple of just, you know, my thoughts on it, and I may not be qualified to give the thoughts, but I like the idea of it. I just don't know if we should be spawning as... I don't know if we should be spawning as chickens or spawning just back as characters with one pistol, not our regular loadouts. That's what I kind of threw in there.
Yeah, so... But then it would be the same as Apex now.
Well, it would be, but you'd still have a chance to escape and maybe get to a different town, reloot, you know, maybe reforge somewhere else. But right now... You're landing, and once that chicken's done, if you had a whole gold loadout and you land close to the people that just killed you, you're going to destroy them, which is exactly what happened this weekend. So I see both sides of that argument.
Good changes. No, some good changes to that for sure. What is the best change? I do not have an answer for that though. There was one more thing. I forgot what it was.
And you play a lot of BRs, man. Like, you play the Apex, like, you get involved in Fortnite. Probably not Fortnite.
How does green weapons feel to you guys? I know that was Thor's question, and we all answered it. What was your answer?
Hi, Jessica.
I feel like the green weapons should be delayed. Like, getting them on drop, like, let's say you drop next to another guy and he goes on a class weapon chest, he gets his axe or bow or crossbow or whatever, heirloom, and then you get your marksman rifle. Like, what are you meant to do?
Like, what if it was like in the middle of the POI, only one, and then you have to make the choice? Do you land on that, try to get your class weapon off the rip to fight? Or do you land on the outskirts, a side building, get your revolver, your slug, and then try to kill everyone to make it to the class chest? Because you're right, there was a lot of PTS games where I wouldn't find a class chest for 3 buildings, but there's already 2 people fighting me, 2 teams.
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be some RNG, right? I mean...
Yeah, always RNG and BR. I mean, the SMG in PTS was actually cracked. I'm not even joking. Like, genuinely, it pumped some damage. I don't know what happened, but gray AR was bad and gray SMG was popping.
Yeah, I killed an X-Warrior with a SMG.
Yeah.
I love SMG. It was just a thing I threw out there. I apologize.
Oh yeah, you just...
Yeah, no, I get it.
You just reminded me to tell you fuck off, Shiz, by the way. I fucking ran into Shiz in fucking Underpass. He had all gold the other night. Like, we had just run in there and just crafted, and I just ran right into him on accident. Just absolutely destroyed me. And I'm like, who was that? Oh, fucking Shiz. Damn fucking warriors. Broken. Still. Well, Borti, it sounds like you're short on time, man, but you can stay as long as you'd like, brother. It's been really nice to get to know you. Obviously, I didn't play a lot with you, when you were playing this game a lot before, but I've gotten a chance to watch you. I've gotten a chance to play with you. It's been really enjoyable. And I have learned a tremendous amount from playing with all of you, like super, good players, man. It's just been, it's like a whole other world, man, playing with you guys. You're in that clip that I made, Borti, the clip where I grappled up to the top. Do you remember that in that game? Those two guys were on the top of that rock near Autumn, and I freaking grappled all the way up and bonked them both. And then I screamed, dude, I just made a fucking crazy play.
I think I remember you screaming that, but I don't know what you did. Because I didn't see it, I'm pretty sure.
I grappled
We were
from
playing the other night, right?
Yeah, I grappled from like the other side of it. I did that what's that potion called, KreiZ, again? The potion that you jump up high.
Lightfoot?
So I light-footed and then grappled to the very top, and too bad I didn't have a blaster arrow, but I had a grounding shock and I got them both. And then I of course missed the shot. But yo, Mexican Air Force, legendary. I'm drunk and in your chat, so tell me how to spam. Mexican Air Force has been back around some people's channels the last couple of days. Gotta watch out for this guy, man. He's amazing. What else, Borti? Anything else you want to talk to or speak to? I mean, do you want to talk anything about like why we should trust this dev team? Do you have any opinions on that or anything you want to share with that?
I mean, they're working on the game.
I need a dollar, that's what I need.
Do trust that this dev team will do great things. Genuinely.
Mexican Air Force, thanks for the 1,000 biddies, bro. Holy shit.
Generally.
Woo. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, so you pretty much are echoing what pretty much all of us have said tonight. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't know how much more I can pull out of all of you guys tonight on this thing, and I'm just so grateful that you were all willing to come through, and talk about, the PTS this weekend. I think, the biggest takeaway from the weekend for me is that this was just a PTS. This was just a test. This was just their first, like, hey guys, here's what we've been working on. And I think everybody was kind of shocked about how much stuff we got in this patch. And it'll be interesting to see if it all makes it, down the road here into our live game. Dude, Mexican Air Force, we were back in the day BFFs, and we're going to be BFFs again, bro. You don't even need to be cheering no 1,000 biddies, bro. You're welcome here all the time. I love you, bro. Thank you. But yeah, I mean, I really enjoy playing this game, and for somebody who's never really gotten that much better at the game, since they started playing it, to still be around and love it as much as I do, even though I get a lot of abuse while playing the game. I don't know what to tell you, man. It's, I'm an older guy, and it's kind of my therapy, man. It's kind of like therapeutic for me to get off of work, doing my regular old day job, and come home and play this game. And I, other than spending time with my family and my, some of my friends in real life, this is so like comforting for me to play this game. So I could not be more excited, man. I literally shed some real tears when they popped that thing into the Discord the other day and said they were doing this and that we were going to play. I literally had tears coming out of my eyes. Like, holy shit, dude, we were right. They weren't fucking with us. They're going to do something. Holy crap.
Yeah, everyone guesstimating a time on when the puzzle would be done, and then Thor gives out literally all of it.
In almost one day, full of shit.
It would
be like 3 months for this to be done.
Right.
Someone said.
Dude, we're in there every day. Okay, that's 65 left, divided by 4, carry the 3. So like fucking October? No, but listen, it's funny. I think I said on one of my videos somewhere, like just a few days before, I think I said it in Discord. I go, he could just fill in the whole thing except for like 10 pieces, and then just like wean us off of it for this patch next week. And then he did it on Friday, like 2 days later. Like, I was thinking when he said he had the fingers crossed. Was it a tweet, Shiz? The fingers crossed tweet? Was it a tweet?
I think that was like the day before.
Yeah,
maybe?
he just tweeted just fingers crossed, nothing else. As usual, fucking Thor, just memeing us hard, trolling us hard. And then I'm like, wait. And then, Shiz, let's talk about this real quick before y'all go. So we're hanging out in Discord, and I look up and I see the entire moderator group, like 9 of you guys, are all active and in the Realm Royale Discord. And someone had actually said it before I did. They're like, hey, is it weird that all the mods are here today? And I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, wait, that is weird that all the mods are here today. And so I started telling people, like, hey, something's going on. There's no reason for freaking Baggins' wife's a mod and she's around. What's going on? And then you guys just fucking made our fucking dreams come true, dude. It was amazing. Just one after the other. Shh, give him another one, Shiz. Give him another one, Shiz. It was fucking so great, bro.
I just wish it wasn't during a custom game. That was the only, because more people would have been there, Like half of the community. Because Lonnie was doing custom at the same time, right? So like everyone who didn't know was watching Lonnie's stream or playing in Lonnie's custom.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I think one thing that became really
there was a lot of people there, right? So like,
yeah, there was.
I think
a lot of people, a lot of fun.
I think one thing that became apparent, and I certainly will rely on Shiz if he has any information or any intel to tell us on this thing. I'm guessing that as much as Thor knew how much all of us love this thing, and as much of us were rooting for this thing, and as much of us were playing it and participating in the puzzle and stuff, I think he probably was shocked by how many people showed up to play this weekend. Is that accurate, Shiz? Would that be an accurate statement to make, if you know?
Yeah, I think so.
So I think that, to what you were saying, Borti, I don't think he realized how big this thing he thought was going to be big was. So that's why they thought, hey, we'll just roll it out. We'll play Lonnie's tournament. We'll do this thing. I don't think he realized what he did. Like he better be prepared the next time he rolls it out, because there'll probably be even more, I think, at this point. Because there was a lot of people, currently that have come through here tonight. Well, I missed it, bro. I missed it. A lot of people that could play, that could have played, that are on PC, that were like, what? How do I get into it? That's over now, bro. They're like, what? What do you mean it's over? Yeah, there'll be another one, though. When? When's the full release? When's it on console? Those are the questions we get all day in the Discord. Yeah, man, I don't, for a guy who talks a lot and always has a lot to say, I've run out of questions for you guys, and I don't even know where to go from here. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this, where we'll just bring some people on and talk about this game that we all love. So, I'm done.
Marmy, thank you. I'm
done with this thing, yo. I'm fucking, like, I'm looking to get into some lobbies right now if I can. I don't know if you guys are all playing or what's the situation, but I'd love to switch this from a question and answer situation and a podcast, whatever the fuck I'm calling it. Poko, I'm still getting to know you, bro, but thank you for coming in tonight. Some of the best questions that have been asked tonight came out of your mouth, my man. I appreciate you. And KreiZ, I don't know why you're still hanging around. Go to bed.
Yeah, yep.
And then Borti, for you to pop in here, man, like, again, I don't know you that well. I'm just getting to know you. And I appreciate you coming in here and sharing, some of your thoughts on this. Obviously, a lot of people in this community know who you are. They know how good you are at this game. So I appreciate you being here. But with that, man, I'm going to kick your asses all out unless you guys want to fucking jump into a game. My son keeps fucking texting me saying, Dad, can you shut up? Nobody cares. That's what his text. His text message says, Dad, nobody cares about what you want to say. He's texting me that from next door. I love you guys. Thanks, man. I'll see you guys around. I'll see you guys in the realm.
Yeah. Have a good night, guys.
Yeah.
Night, Shiz. Night, Borti.
Just wanted to pop in here at the end and give a really huge thank you to the entire Realm Royale community. It was a really special night. It was nice to get the opinions and the input from people who play this game, have worked on this game, and are really a lot more in the know than most of the rest of us. So appreciate everybody. This is my first try ever like this kind of a format. I've got a bunch of ideas that I think are going to really improve it for when I do it the next time. And with that said, as soon as we get the PTS back again, I'll be coming back and I'll be inviting some more people, maybe some of the same, but I'll definitely get some more people in here to talk about the PTS and where we're going. I love you all. Thank you all. Be safe. Be kind to one another. See you guys in the realm. Love you.